And that's how the cookie, I don't know. Anyways, hello, everybody. Welcome to In the Demon's Grasp, session 20. It's been a little bit of time since we played last, but it's nice to get back into it. Everybody's been looking forward to it. We actually have everyone here, so it's a good day.
It is
So we'll
Hooray!
start.
shocking
It's
everybody's
great.
here.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yay.
So when last we left off, the group had stayed overnight outside of an interesting shop's tower. When they got up, or partway through the morning, the tower just suddenly disappeared, and everyone woke up. Everyone did have a really good rest, and I suppose that would be the best place to start for now. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's exactly where we stopped. Was it disappeared?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a tower there before? And why do I have a craving for
So
cookies?
y'all find yourselves around a plain campfire in a somewhat clearing of a path that goes through the forest. There's sounds of birds awaking and the chitter of bugs and various insects, and everything seems pretty normal outside of the tower that was here isn't.
Can I look for forage nearby?
You certainly can.
I-
Okay.
Is no one else concerned that the tower disappeared? No, just me? Alright.
What, is
And
that not
when
normal where you come from?
No, is it normal where you come from?
I'm not sure.
you
It
do still
feels like
have,
it might be.
and you when you awaken, you do find that you still have the items that you purchased from it. They didn't mystically disappear overnight.
To be fair, what is normal?
Didn't he say he traveled around? Maybe this is how he does.
Can I just say, this is the second tower that has disappeared on us.
Princess, are you normal?
Heck no.
I mean, honest. Now the real question is was that princess saying that or midnight?
Oh yeah, was that
Yeah,
Princess?
So go ahead and roll a
it was
survival for me if you
both.
would, please, Naya.
12.
You managed to find some berries and a few plants that could make a good salad. Nothing really meaty, but you do find a few mushrooms that you're pretty sure are edible.
I
Okay.
apparently zoned out and didn't bring up my VTuber.
Oops.
I'm gonna make like a small salad, maybe grill up the mushrooms
Okay, you
on the
can do that.
remnants of the campfire.
I feed my plant.
You feed
Yes.
the plant of seeds,
Mm-hmm.
the pumpkin seed plant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take 1 point of damage.
Done.
It seems quite happy. One of the seeds had disappeared, but it does come back after you feed it.
Wunderbar.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I had something in the back of my mind there for just a split second, but then it went poof.
Um, it might just be because I was away from my mic need user. Or am I
Oh, yeah.
quiet?
Speaking of the mic, does everyone want to double check before we continue with the session that everybody's mics and audio and everyone can be heard in everyone's chat?
Yeah, I have a
Audio check.
I'm not streaming, so it's not a problem here.
yeah, I
Full
have
broad audio check.
yeah, need a user. I have a actual mounted mic. It's not attached to my head anymore. So I was looking for my sheet of paper. So I was
Yeah,
faced
but then
away.
it has to be closer. Okay, so as long as everyone's audio is good, we can continue. That's actually what I had on the back of my mind. So thank you very much for mentioning that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. So y'all get up for the day. Naya makes a nice large salad and works the mushrooms. They all are indeed pretty edible. It's pretty good. It's not a bad forage session there. You did pretty good finding the bounty of the forest here. In your looking, you did not notice anything that seemed out of the ordinary for normal while you were looking. Like you didn't notice any of those very vibrant flowers or any weird trees or weird sharp haired bunnies while you were looking around.
It looks normal world, not Fae.
I will turn Banana up on my end just in case. Now that you're a little further away, you were super loud at the start.
Yeah, I just turned her down too.
It doesn't mean you need
Ow.
to lean closer. Everyone's got you covered.
Yeah.
I haven't moved.
You were just very excited when you joined the call earlier, so you were much louder.
Oh, okay.
So we turned you down.
Yep, all good. So y'all awaken for the day. Everything seems normal. It's a good breakfast. So y'all want to pack up and start heading down the apparent somewhat of a forest path that's here. You do see
Yes.
wagon ruts along a trail. They seem quite old, not recently used.
But we do have a clear trail.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the path that led up to and by the tower is still here, even though the tower is not. It, however, is not cobblestoned. The cobblestones went poof with the tower.
Mm. Well, I'm gonna turn to the group, and I'm probably going to pull. I'm going to drop a quiet word in Kalina's ear about
Okay.
maybe try your sending stone again.
I'll reach into my pocket and try my sending stone and try to see if I can reach Nana.
And while Kalina's doing that, I'm gonna go over to Phelan. So we'll resolve that after.
Okay, Kalina, I need you to do me two favors.
Okay.
For the first, please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what are you going to say into the stone? The stone activates.
Nana, you there? Or how many? It's only one use, right?
And you got 25 words.
And she can respond. Yep.
Yep.
No, Nana, you there? It's Kalina. I'm okay. Where are you? I miss you. That's it.
And that's it?
Yep.
Okay. You get back something that kind of sounds like, yep. It sounds very garbled, as if it's a different language, but like it's somewhat recognizable, but not really. As in, the sounds kind of make sense, but it's very weird sounding.
Oh, so you got
Can
a
you give
response though.
me can you give me an intelligence check, please?
Uh, I don't think I'm a smart bun.
Okay. Again, it sounds like you should be able to make it out, but it doesn't quite process in your head right. It sounds like it should be words, but it's just really hard to figure out what's wrong with it or, you know, why it sounds that
Is
way. It
is this
does vaguely sound of your grandmother's voice.
is this something that is heard out loud or in her head?
I think it
In
would
the
be in
head.
my head.
It is a mental spell.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine them like cell phones. You hold one stone up to your ear and speak. It's like a stone headset.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just heard by her.
And it's only
But it,
one use a day, right?
correct.
For your stone, yes.
But it does, even though the words were were very weird sounding. The tone and intonation and all of that, it sounds, you're pretty sure it's the voice of your grandmother, as far as you can tell.
That's exciting.
What was that?
Kalina says out loud.
While Kalina was distracted sending her message, Naya is asking Phelan if she wants Naya to attempt to reach out to whoever it is she's trying to get to.
Wasn't it her brother?
Father.
Her father figure.
I'm gonna
Adoptive
turn
father.
up Allie.
Needy user says, "Can you put it on speaker?"
Rah.
There we go.
I'm just
Also, my
gonna.
dog is like super hyper in the background, so apologies for that.
While she's dealing with Faye, I'm just gonna yell, Naya came out mumbled. Is that normal?
I don't know. We're gonna try again with somebody else in a minute. Give me some time here. I'm gonna turn back to Phelan for an answer.
I've never had it come out mumbled before.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can give Urzahan a try again.
Yep.
All right.
And
Am I familiar with Urzahan at all?
yes.
Okay.
Again, y'all were friends, and you've met him. He was a half dragon, if I remember right. That
Dragonborn.
was, yeah, dragonborn. Why did I say half dragon? Because it's what it used to be. Okay, yeah,
Right, so I will.
dragonborn. That was
Yep.
very much Phelan's father figure.
So I'm going to do two things. I am going to prepare to cast Ascending, and I am also going to go ahead and immediately create a emboldening bond between myself and Phelan. So I'm doing both of those things, and then I'm going to cast Sending. And I can pick up to 3 creatures, so I'll also go ahead and I'll grab Kalina in that as well.
Okay.
So I have cast Sending, and I am focused on Urzahan.
Okay. You cast sending. You concentrate. What are you going to say?
Urzahan, this is Naya, Phelan's friend. We're on our way to Novale. Are you there, and are you well? And that is it. That's all I will say.
Okay. So
And I will say this out loud while I send it.
You cast sending, and you cast the spell. It goes off. Go ahead and mark off your
Spell slot? Okay. Done.
There's no response or reply. So either your spell didn't connect with somebody, or if it did, there was no response.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Phelan and shake my head and go, no answer. It connected, but no answer. Because I felt it connect, right?
No.
Oh, I didn't feel it connect. Okay, so I'll be like, I didn't feel it
cast
connect.
the spell. You sent it out with this person's, visage in mind, what you know of them, your familiarity with them. You sent the message, but there was no response. You're not sure if it either didn't connect or if it did, but there's just no response.
Okay.
Phelan just sighs as she shrugs.
Well, it's worth a try. For the next 10 minutes, the 3 of us have that extra d4 that we can add to rolls. So if there's anything y'all would like to attempt while you have that bonus.
Anybody want to do anything?
While we're traveling, after a little while after all this has occurred, Naya is going to hear in her head a whispered voice of midnight saying, "Thank you for the earring. I like it." But when you hear it, it's like you're hearing two voices at the same time.
All right, Meteor.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you trying to do a character voice, but you got so quiet during that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the earring.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you for the
earring.
earring.
I really liked it.
Was that better?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's better. I was just like, I don't think anyone on my end heard that.
It was very quiet.
Hmm.
It was a very meek voice. I mean, that's how you would have heard it.
Yeah.
That's a very midnight voice.
And because it allows a response, Naya will respond mentally. You're very welcome. Hopefully, you don't have to worry about being out of contact again should something happen to your familiar. That was literally the impetus for giving them the earring, so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should eventually find one for all of us so we can all contact each
Eventually,
other.
we'll want more earrings, yes, but there was only one.
It's like
So,
private walkie-talkie.
If you look over at midnight while this is happening, she's going to say back to you, I appreciate it, basically, but she is not using the earring right now.
Okay.
And
So she's like signing it or something
Or
in a
mouthing
way that
it.
I can pick up the gratitude. Yeah.
no, you still hear it in your head.
Oh, nice.
So actually, right now for an hour, you can mentally talk to me
Nice.
as
Girl
long as
chat.
we're within 50 feet.
All the messages.
Yep. I mean, new day, new attempt at communication. You know.
It's a new dawn.
Yeah. So, was there anything else that Phelan or Kalina wanted to do in our 10 minutes of that bonus, or no?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Did I roll
Anything
to...
Phelan wanted to do?
Let me check.
Nope.
Okay.
This is literally your perfect opportunity to attempt to get up to some mischief, Phelan, and you're not taking it.
All the bonuses.
Extra D4 on whatever mischief you were gonna do. Yeah, it's all good.
It's okay.
I
So
don't...
y'all pack up camp. Everything seems okay. If you want to divvy up items into the bag and or haversack, that's up to y'all to do sometime or another.
Yeah, I would make sure that if Midnight with their new bag of gnawing does not already have any potions, I would give them at least one potion to put in their bag.
Okay.
Because we do have a couple of the vials, so I would give you one of the vials.
I don't think I have any potions, so I will.
So you have one vial of basic healing potion.
Wonderful. I shall add that.
Now that you have your own bag.
I think
And I'll
Kalina's...
also anyone else who's interested in that, I'll pass those out.
Healing potions.
I think Kalina's going to be a little bit dejected for the rest of the morning.
Aw.
She connected to Nana, but got very mumbled.
Naya will take note of this, and she'll look at her new shield and the bat skull. And she'll look at Kalina and she'll be like, I think this needs a flower crown. For the bat skull.
Okay,
I'm
I will
thinking of
work
how that
on one.
shield would look, and it's so adorable.
It's a little too
Midnight-
grim right now for Naya's taste.
Midnight will also pull out her her princess puppet and give it to you to try and comfort you.
Oh.
I'm just immediately seeing the possible misunderstanding of, oh, this one also wants a flower crown.
I will look at the puppet and look at Midnight, tilt my head slightly.
I give you a hug.
I will hug Midnight back and just.
and then kind of pat you on your head.
Mm.
Oh.
I was
So,
excited. I thought I got to Nana, and I couldn't understand her. Don't understand.
Uh, it's all right. Keep trying.
I'll just nod. As we're walking for the day, I'll pick random flowers that I see and weave the crown.
alrighty. So, as you all get settled up, picked up, and ready and start traveling down the path, it's not very long, maybe about an hour or so of traveling through this forest. The trees are starting to get just a little bit thinner, but you are still in the forest. You still can't see out for the trees, but you come to a path that kind of splits into a Y. One goes to the left, the other goes to the right.
What
Does
way do we
anybody
go?
have
Left.
Would any of us be even passingly familiar?
Kalina would and I
Well, Nana
believe
was in Marsan, so I would have gone the other way, not Novale.
yeah.
God.
Okay, not Kalina. Uh, Colfax would. Other K.
Yes.
Yes. So you would be kind of familiar with the layout of the general passive travel, being the ranger that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know that if you're heading towards Novell, probably the left path will take you there faster.
Left faster. Left faster.
Okay. Left it is.
So y'all head down the left path. The day passes. Uh, Colfax, if you would please, can you please give me a perception check, and anyone else who would like to that's kind of keeping an eye out for things, that's paying attention. If you're just kind of walking along, not really thinking about it, then don't worry about it.
I'm looking for
Uh,
flowers. Do I need to give a perception check?
Naya's paying attention.
Yep.
Yeah, princess is definitely as well.
Apparently, I am
Hey.
crit paying attention.
You found all the flowers, Kalina. All of them. Every flower in this field.
I
was
am
looking
like,
for
Midnight's
signs of the path or whatever else. Yep.
Okay, as you all are heading down this path, in the distance, you hear a little bit of thunder coming, much further down the path, as if it's pretty far away, but you can just barely pick it up as you are carrying along. So Princess Naya and Kalina definitely hear this in the distance. You can kind of pinpoint that it is straight down the path. Everyone else kind of hears the echo, but it kind of sounds like it's bouncing off the trees a little bit. You can't really pinpoint where it's coming from.
thunder?
Princess heard what? Thunder?
Directly down the path, yeah.
Yeah, in quite
A
the
little ways
distance down the
off.
path,
Yeah.
just loud enough that it was barely audible, but you definitely heard it. The sky seems mostly clear at the moment. A
Anyone
few little
else hear that?
white
Yes.
clouds here and there.
Thunder?
Sounded like it, but I
It
don't
didn't sound
see
like it
clouds.
was super close, but it's definitely near.
And so
The
we'll
sky
say
looks
this happened.
fine, though.
Yeah.
This-
Do I fly
looks-
ahead?
Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
There was definitely thunder.
Naya will nod at Princess's question.
All right. Princess is going to turn invisible and fly ahead.
Okay. So y'all have been traveling for about 3 hours at this point. So how far ahead is Prince? Are y'all stopping? Are you continuing walking?
I think we're gonna continue walking, but we're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
go at a faster pace. I'm
Okay.
gonna still go
Yeah,
at it kind of
Princess
an easy pace.
Princess isn't gonna just like go off on their own. They're just gonna fly a bit ahead and try and
Right.
keep a closer eye out.
Okay. So Princess flies a little bit ahead to keep a closer eye out. Nothing really seems out of place, but occasionally, as y'all are moving forward, there's the sound of lightning. Because that's what thunder is. It's the sound of lightning. Nothing really.
Yes, it is. We just actually discussed this earlier.
Yeah. Nothing really super odd outside of it. Definitely still seems down the path, and as y'all are traveling another hour, another 2 hours, so it's been about 5 hours now. Everybody can pretty much hear the thunder occasionally as it's going off. It is random; it's not rhythmic or
And
anything like that.
there's no gray clouds in the sky, no water drops, nothing
No,
yet.
nothing that you can see from where you are. The
Hmm.
forest is kind of thinning out a little bit more, but y'all are still maybe another day's travel within the forest before you get down the path proper. But the end is kind of in sight, but not really. There's hills here and there. There's still plenty of trees. But Colfax can tell you that you should be able to exit the forest, sometime tomorrow for sure.
Hey, we're almost there. Just keep going. We'll be fine.
So you,
Real quick,
uh-huh.
Nene, there's some background noise coming through your mic.
Oh?
Is there?
Yeah, like every couple seconds.
I'm not
Well, now it's not.
seeing it go off. It might have been because I was breathing in it.
It sounds like a fan or a motor of some kind.
Give me a second.
No clue.
Could be computer fan or something that's just happening whenever another movement happens and getting past the noise gate.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that could do it too. Whenever you're
I
talking, you're a
raised
little bit above.
the activity thing. I do have my ceiling fan going, and I can't turn it off because it is like hot in my room right now. My laptop gives off
Understand.
major
I mean,
heat.
that's fair.
Yeah, it
Okay.
seems to have stopped for now. So
I raised the noise bar on the activity, so it should.
Thank you.
So it's about 5 o'clock now. The sun's starting to go down. The sky's starting to get a little bit red.
You might
Uh,
want to find a place to camp anyway.
you still don't see any major like dark clouds in the sky, but you are still hearing thunder, out of the forest somewhere. It just happens on occasion. There's a crack here and there. It's not super, super loud, but it's somewhere in the distance.
Okay.
So as you're traveling, there are a few spots that you can see in the forest that, trees are around. Coming up, can somebody roll a survival for me, please?
While
Just
we've
one
been
person?
walking, have I found any new fancy flower for the day?
Do.
I mean, she did roll a crit on the perception. She said she was looking for flowers, so.
Yep.
It's only fair, right?
Da-da-da. You found a really fancy looking yellow flower that's growing on a tree. It's actually growing out of the tree. Because then it's to pluck it, you kind of have to pull the roots out of the tree as if it was a little bit of a parasite against it.
You have a possible name
I'll
or
get you one later.
description? Okay. There's also a question for you in DM.
Okay.
While that's going on, then while you're looking at that, I would probably ask Colfax to help me look for a place to rest for the night.
Yeah,
Okay.
Princess.
Do I
was
need to
gonna do
roll
the
anything
same.
for that?
Survival.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for a place to settle up, give me a survival check.
And I would be assisting on that roll.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead and
I
roll.
think we're good.
You can roll with advantage, see if you get a crit.
Nah.
You know? No?
Princess crit.
So, looking around, you do find a pretty good place to set up camp. It's a clearing. A few leaves are laying on the ground. Again, it is kind of getting into that autumn air. Some of the trees around here are no longer, major evergreens, deciduous trees. The leaves are going to fall. But you do find a pretty good clearing that you can set up camp.
All right. Once we start setting up camp, Midnight is gonna reach in her gnawing bag, and she's gonna grab her plant and pluck a seed off of it.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna toss it on the ground.
Okay,
And
where's everybody standing when this happens?
I would probably be standing well away from wherever that's getting
she's not
thrown.
tossing it at our feet.
Okay.
She tosses it away enough that it's not gonna like spring up under someone's toes.
Okay.
Oh, we're pumpkining it today.
So yeah, a hut grows.
Yeah. So you throw out the seed, and what are you going to say?
I guess I mouth the word hut.
Well, it has a command word.
Did you put that on the
Oh.
description?
Yeah.
He may have missed that part.
No,
but yeah, hut is the command word.
Yeah, hut is the command word. Just Midnight doesn't speak.
Uh-huh.
Can Princess say it?
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Because he speaks through Princess, so
I'll
allow it.
I'll do it. Hut.
Okay. So y'all see this itty bitty seed kind of shoot out these little bitty tendrils into the soft earth here. And then you just see it pulse, and it starts to expand and spread and get bigger and bigger as you're watching it. The earth kind of pushes up around it, and it gets bigger and bigger still. And as it grows, eventually, before you, you see a rather large pumpkin. And on top of the pumpkin, it has several kind of tenderly walls made of the top stem of a cut pumpkin. It even comes with some windows, a door, various other accoutrements like that, and you now have a large pumpkin house.
It's got a door, 3 small windows, and 3 bunk beds inside.
Mm-hmm. Can have 6 medium creatures inside comfortably.
I'm going to reframe.
Oh my god.
I'm going to reframe.
Oh my pumpkin.
Oh my gourd. So
That's
yeah.
big.
Niall will, before she. I think we had the discussion before that we can't all fit, so some people have to stay outside.
That was the tent.
That was the
That
tent,
was the tent.
but also we have more than 6 people because we
6
have
people can
Grandma
fit
and
inside
Good Boy.
comfortably. There is space for more than that, but again, the bunk beds can only handle 6. There is space other than the bunk beds.
Okay.
So
We can all
6
stay
be
inside.
comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Good Boy will leave y'all a lot of extra space, but you could definitely fit everybody in if you so choose. It'd just be a little bit cramped, so
Good Boy
it
will
wouldn't
just be
cause
on
any
the
issues with
ground
sleeping.
next to wherever.
I would imagine that unless the weather turns on us during the night, Naya's only going to be in there long enough to do her trance and then come out to take a watch. So
Princess is just going to sit on top of it.
I mean, it smells like pumpkin pie constantly. It's not overwhelmingly pumpkin, but you can definitely get a hint of the pumpkin. I wish I could take a picture and share with the chat.
Naya will cast another sending before we all like turn in for dinner and bed and stuff. And she'll emboldening bond again at this point, because might as well use it for sending and then also for dinner if
I
we're
wonder if
actually
that'll
making
show up
food.
for anybody.
Uh, The link is
Yep.
there. It's a long link because Discord links are really long now.
Yeah.
What? I don't see a link.
It's in mine in Twitch
Oh,
chat.
in Twitch chat. Got it.
Yes, Twitch chat. So
Why
Twitch
didn't
chat
you
can
just
see.
bring it up in Roll20?
Because
you'd
I
have
don't
to
have
add
it
it in
saved as an
Roll20.
image in Roll20.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd have to import it. It's not just a loaded in.
That's pretty cool.
But
yeah, that is. Go ahead.
yeah, I figured the emboldening bond's 10 minutes. I'll trigger it on myself. Let's see. Midnight and Princess count as separate for this, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pumpkin! I'm showing chat.
So myself, Princess, and Colfax
Okay.
have the emboldening bond for 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
And Naya will now attempt to send again, but she will attempt to send because Kalina's been out of sorts because she tried to contact her Nana and it didn't quite come back in a way she could understand it. So she's gonna try to contact Nana now. What's
Daphne.
sending?
Nana's name is Daphne.
So there's
Okay.
what it looks like.
I'm assuming I would know Nana as well. Same reason I knew Urzahan, so.
Yep. Okay,
Probably
so
she would have you call her Nana, though.
Yeah.
She probably has all the littles call her Nana.
So you
And
cast.
she would ask Kalina if there's anything in particular to say before she sent it.
I just want to know where she is so we can find her.
Continue, Fido.
I miss her.
Okay, if you would please, I need you to first tell me what message you're saying.
Okay.
Oh, and let her know I'm okay, please.
Hi, Nana Daphne. This is Naya. I'm with Kalina. She's okay. Are you okay? And where are you? That is within my 25 words.
Alrighty. Please give me a Constitution save if you would.
Okay.
Something with Nana, then.
Bond, so I'll add a d4 to that. That's a 10 total.
Okay. You send this message out. Takes a moment, and you get back a rather garbled set of speech. Sounds quite weird, as if you should be able to understand it, like the sounds somewhat make sense, but not really. Please give me an intelligence check if you would, please.
Okay.
There was
And
nothing.
would this count as the same turn or a second turn as far as my emboldening bond?
This is at the same time as the spell
Okay.
was being cast, because
So I
this
cannot
is
use the
all in the
d4 again.
response.
All right. So noted. 16.
Okay.
Need to
Getting
use
back
our
the
Nanas, not a fax machine.
Let me mark off my spell slot, and then okay.
Okay.
What did I perceive?
So the message came back garbled. However, sitting there and thinking about it for a moment, even though it was, just a momentary message, you're pretty sure you can pick out bits and pieces that sound odd, but oddly right, as if it's something said in reverse in some way. So piecing that back together, you're pretty sure you received the message reversed.
Okay, and
That's why the syllables and everything kind of made sense, but not really.
was it the same message I sent that I heard reversed?
No.
Can I piece together what any of the reversed words were?
You weren't able to make out the full garble. Think of like static on, your receiving end, so you could hear bits and pieces, but not enough to figure out what the message actually said.
Do I have enough information to repeat it?
No.
Okay.
You know,
So I will relay with the group. I managed to make a connection, but it sounded like the response came back in reverse. Like it was said backwards.
some of the sounds thinking over it in your head is like, well, how would
Oh,
this word sound back? Oh,
oh,
yes. So you could get little bits of like to that was said backwards or and things like that. So things that make much more sense ungarbled that way. But not enough came through for you to actually piece together what the message was.
So
Backwards.
as Naya is saying this, Colfax's hand shoots up. He's like, "Oh, oh, oh!
Yes, Colfax?
Let me listen. Let me listen. I speak backward.
Oh, I didn't get enough of the message to be able to repeat it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't have a way to
He like
replay it.
runs over and he kind of listens. He tries he
Sticks
puts
his head.
sticks his head on your hand and is trying to listen.
I'm really sad that I didn't have the mental connection to Midnight still, because if Midnight could have heard it.
he's like
Uh,
just sitting there, kind of be like,
I don't get it.
The sound of silence.
yeah.
How could a message come in backwards?
I don't know. Very strange.
Did that crystal scramble our brains?
No, I don't think so.
Scramble our brains, that crystal did.
I mean, we can try again tomorrow, but unless we can magically, well, pun, not actually magically, but turn a phrase. Unless we can suddenly acquire a means to understand backward language, I don't know how much better we're gonna do with trying to interpret it until we figure out what's causing it.
Maybe we can explain that it's coming in weird and ask her for a simple no veil or yes or no. I don't know. Maybe we
Did,
can understand
did
if
you
it's a one word.
did you try turning it around?
I don't
Hold
know
your
how
hand
I'd
level.
reverse the direction of a spell like that.
And I don't think
Huh.
my sending stone was backwards. Can a sending stone be
Naya
backwards?
seems extremely concerned with the thought of turning a spell on its head. So it's just like, how would that work?
Can a sending stone be backwards?
Did you talk in the wrong end? Is that possible? Can we do that?
Oh, oh,
he looks at Colfax looking at Ascending Stone.
Throughout this entire conversation, words cannot describe the faces that Phelan's
did,
making.
did you turn it off? Did you turn it off and turn it on again?
Naya is.
I don't
she's not
think
being
there's an
vocal.
off and on. It's a stone.
Phelan's not being vocal right now, but she's just making the faces of what?
Naya is playing at being genuinely concerned and playing into it. But the
I'm
second
confused.
people are not looking, she's gonna wink at Phelan.
I'm
While we
generally
were still-
confused.
While we are still within the 10 minutes of the emboldening bond,
Uh-huh.
can Princess outside on the roof try and figure out what the lightning is that we're seeing
Y'all are hearing it.
or hearing?
You haven't really seen any yet.
And it's
Yeah,
not
but
lightning,
could
it's
they
thunder.
attempt to perceive it again to figure out distance or something?
Distance or something more?
I mean, it's very
Need to
audible
drink
now.
water.
There's no need to even,
Triangulation.
try and perceive it. It is definitely coming kind of down the path that you're going right now. in that direction, little bit to the right. But again, because it echoes through the trees and everything else, it's really hard to say how far, but you definitely know it's in that direction.
Okay.
Naya's gonna try to forage for dinner again.
Okay.
Unless somebody else would like to forage for dinner or help. She'll verbalize that we should probably find something to eat.
I'm gonna berry.
Yeah, you can berry.
Good
Midnight
berry.
licks the pumpkin.
Don't eat the house!
It
No.
tastes kind of bitter because it is much more woody at this point and
Yeah.
dried on the inside. It's not really wet and that, so it's you know it's a pumpkin, but it tastes
Mm-hmm.
as unsweetened pumpkin does. It's not a pleasant taste.
I'll
It's
go
not
around.
a roasted pumpkin.
Yeah.
I'll go around giving out a good berry to anyone.
And do you still want
Okay.
to try and check survival, Naya?
Yeah, I was just gonna try to see if I could find anything to even just supplement, because yeah, good berry will fill us, but at the same time, like
Well, you find some good berries, but not
We
as
also
good
have
as the good
rations.
berry.
yeah.
Uh, you do have a few pieces of pumpkin that are around that you could chop off if you prepare it well, but it would definitely be hard going because it is much more firm than a normal pumpkin. I mean,
Structural.
it is set
Yeah,
set
if
up
I
to be
can't
a
find
hut.
anything, I can't find anything. It's fine.
Yeah, so you find some
Um,
berries, normal herbs and plants, nothing major.
well, and a lot of that'll keep, so I'll just put it in the
Yeah,
bag. Yep. Anything we
feel,
don't use, I'll just put in the bag.
yeah. So feel free to add maybe 3 or 4 rations worth of generic forest forgery.
Okay. I'll just increase my ration count.
Yeah. You found some trail mix from the trail.
So
This is
fire.
just dirt.
So Firebutt, any answer to that question that I posed?
What was the question?
I sent you a DM. You were typing
Oh,
and then you
no
didn't
clue.
answer it.
Yeah, I didn't hit enter. That's all. It was no clue.
We can't try
Okay.
to incorporate it?
It would be something for me to think about later.
Okay.
So you all are now in this pumpkin. So who all's inside? Who all's outside?
Um, Midnight will take first watch as usual.
Naya will take second watch.
Colfax take third.
Okay,
Alrighty.
so we'll have 2 hours of midnight alone, and then I'll join in, and then after I get my full rest, I'll be on watch. So 4 hours, and then I'll switch, and then Colfax after that,
Yes.
because that'll
All
get
right.
you your 8 or your 6 rather, because I think it's technically 6 of actual sleep and 2 of just low
Yeah.
maintenance stuff.
Correct.
Alrighty. If you would please, Naya, can you please give me a wisdom save with advantage?
Okay.
$22.
22.
Thank you very much. It's been a little bit since you've noticed anything kind of off or weird, but tonight, as everyone is sleeping, soundlessly because you sleep quietly. Everything. Occasionally, you hear a little mumble here and there. Nothing really stands out. Uh, Overnight, while Midnight is sleeping, Princess does, now that it's nice and dark out, see the occasional flash from the southeast over the trees. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then, several moments later, quite a bit of time, you do hear the thunder rolling through.
Does it seem like it's getting closer at all?
Not as far as Princess can tell.
Okay.
Banana's getting a really good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Kalina's getting a really good night's sleep. And the night passes without incident. You all awaken. Naya, you finish your trance. The pumpkin is still here.
Yeah, and Naya would have woken up halfway through the rest of their sleep to do
Right.
the watch.
So
So.
Midnight wakes up. Uh, the plant has lost one extra seed as the sun kind of rises. You donate one hit point of blood to it, and it only regrows one seed instead of
Yep.
both back.
Okay.
So everyone awakens. Feel free to take a long rest.
Okay.
The sun riseth. It is about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning now. You all still occasionally hear the thunder roll through.
So those who are waking
I'm
up,
going all night.
Princess would have noticed right away. Naya looks a little different this morning. So her hair is no longer pink, it is now a dark green. And the little berries that she uses as decoration for her hairpins have turned a dark blue. They look like blueberries.
Summer form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hey,
Naya is in her summer season.
Woohoo.
okay, someone roll survival to see how delicious Naya looks right now. She doesn't look very appetizing, Midnight.
Ugh.
So Naya has shifted her trance
Yep.
or her wakefulness. I mean, they think you look good, just not appetizing.
Yep.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
can't eat that.
So y'all awaken for the day. Anything you want to do before you prep to head out?
I think I'll wait until a little bit later in the day to try and connect to Nana again. And I think when I do, I'm going to try just. Can you tell me in one word where you are? And see if we can understand it.
You're not going to tell her that we're hearing her backwards?
Well, yes. I'll be like, Nana, it's Kalina. Messenger coming in backwards. Can you try to tell me in one word where you are? So I think that's what it's
Okay.
going to be. But I'll let Nana wake up first. Because it's probably too early.
Alrighty. So y'all wake up. You want to have just regular old rations for breakfast? What you going to do for food today?
Yes.
As you
Yeah, I'm
awaken?
gonna do rations.
Rations.
Yep, pull out the
Alrighty.
stuff we foraged
Nice.
yesterday and the other
Patience.
rations. Yep.
Alrighty.
Save the good berries for later.
Yeah.
So y'all awaken. You go to open the door to leave your pumpkin, and the door says, "Where are you going?" As a
Hmm?
big mouth appears in the door.
Huh?
And then the chair speaks up that y'all were sitting on by the table and says, "Yeah, where you all going so early in the morning? It's barely noon."
Colfax sees this happen and screams.
Excuse me?
One of the beds that you were laying in last night, the mattress kind of raises up a little bit, and a tongue kind of sticks out, and it lifts up and licks, along the width of the mattress like it's licking lips, and says, "Yeah, it feels pretty warm out there today."
Naya
I
is
think
going
I'm
to.
hallucinating.
Naya's gonna attempt to look out the window if the windows haven't transformed yet, if they're not obscured, and look at the patch of grass outside the window. And
Okay,
she's going. Yeah.
you look out the window. As you're looking out the window, you notice in between the little panes, everything, little mouths have formed on the sticks and stuff here and there, and they're kind of chattering amongst themselves. And it's very quiet because they're really small mouths. And outside the window, you see black, nothing.
Are we awake?
Midnight's gonna be deeply concerned about this and is gonna fire an Eldritch Blast.
Well, let me
Ned.
finish. Let me finish what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because the second they say it's warm out there, Naya's in her summer period right now. This is the time for impulse.
Uh-huh.
Act now, think later. Naya is going to face step, attempt to face step right outside the pumpkin,
Uh-huh.
and try to have a hand on the outside of the pumpkin if she can.
Okay, so you want
And
to face step into the darkness?
into the darkness, and as a result of her face step, immediately after her face step, each creature of my choice that I can see within 5 feet of me takes fire damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to be
That
holding
you
onto the
choose?
pumpkin that I choose.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm going to attempt to damage the pumpkin with fire and be like, yeah, I bet it feels hot now.
And at the same time, I fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so this is what happens. Everybody inside the pumpkin sees Naya kind of hold forth her hand behind her, kind of into the air, and then face steps and appears outside the window on the other side of the pumpkin there with her hand that was behind her now holding on to the window that's there. Naya, you find yourself on the outside of the pumpkin in complete blackness.
Okay.
There is no ground beneath you. There is no sky above you.
This is why I'm grabbing on. I'm not letting go.
So you want to damage the inside of the pumpkin, or you are targeting the pumpkin, or
I am
which creatures?
targeting the pumpkin itself, and it
Uh-huh.
is my proficiency bonus, so it's 3 fire damage.
Okay.
So it's not much, but it's enough to kind of be like, hey.
And then at the same time you step out, Midnight lets forth an eldritch blast. Okay, Banana. Would please give me the rolls.
Does an 18 hit?
What are you aiming at?
The bed.
Yeah, at this
That, like,
point,
licks
just about everything
things.
looks like it has a mouth. A few things have also appeared with like 4 and 5 eyes on it, kind of looking out, and they're all kind of jabbering and talking to themselves and occasionally to you all. So you're going to aim at the bed.
Yep.
Your Eldritch Blast hits the bed. The bed continues jabberjawing. It
Does it
doesn't
look
seem
dead?
that much worse for wear.
Really?
Did my fire do literally anything?
You attack the pumpkin with the fire, and the fire doesn't seem like it affected the pumpkin much at all.
Hmm.
After a moment of being outside, the classic Looney Tunes thing happens, and you realize there's no
If I
ground
start to
beneath your
fall,
feet.
they step back in. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say Midnight's gonna go open the door and try and pull.
And
Naya
that
back
did
in.
happen. You face stepped out. You were there for a moment. You realized the ground wasn't beneath your feet, and then you started seeing the pumpkin kind of rise up next to you as you started to fall. And then you face step back inside. Now he appears back inside.
Yep. And I'll just, for the fun of it, kind of be angry at the door and the windows and light those on fire with the second face up.
Well, a few of them screech and yell and say, "Well, why did you do that?"
Where did you bring us, and why can't we leave?
You can leave. I mean, the door even opens itself for you, and you can see out. It leads down to like where the ground was raised. There's no dirt there or anything. It just kind of drops off into the darkness.
You didn't answer the first question. Where did you take us?
Nowhere.
Then why is it black outside?
All of them kind of answer at the same time, nowhere, since none of them know which one you're actually talking to.
There's no ground outside. Why? We were on the ground.
Oh, I'm not sure. Seems pretty warm and nice out there to me. The bed talks and says, "Well, you can spend another night. I'm sure it'll be better tomorrow. It's okay. Just calm down. It's all good."
What's your name?
They all kind of answer at the same time, and you get a multitude of like 1,000 different names coming out of everything.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Well,
Yeah.
that
One of the
was
beds says bed, the pumpkin says pumpkin, the door says door, the knob says knob. One of the chair legs says chair leg, the chair seat actually says chair seat, the chair back says chair back, the tabletop says tabletop, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, so what's going on? I'm back.
Welcome back.
Not
We
much yet.
woke up in the pumpkin and we're in black void. And my lighting it on fire from the outside didn't do much. But from the inside, they shrieked.
Are we actually awake?
Sure felt real. Sure felt like I was falling.
Someone slap me.
Colfax runs up and slaps him.
I knew you would.
And slaps Princess.
Yep.
Yes.
Princess pops out of existence.
Hey, I'm going back to sleep.
I assume you slapped Midnight, not Princess.
Oh, I thought he slapped Princess.
I
Oh,
slapped whoever I could in range. It doesn't matter.
yeah, because the hit points could make Princess poof.
Yeah, midnight.
Okay, so yeah, so Midnight pops out of existence.
This again, huh?
Yep,
Phelan
apparently.
never woke up. She
So-
literally opened her eyes, watched everyone freak out, and then closed her eyes back again. Like she just said, "Nope."
I'm so
Phelan
sick of
opened
this
her
sleeping
eyes
but not sleeping thing. I don't sleep.
and quietly closed her eyes, and Phelan was maybe on, the top bunk, and nobody really noticed that Phelan had poofed quite a bit ago.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna curl back up in the bunk and with the blanket and just be like, I'm going back to sleep.
Your blanket even has the mouth on it, and it says good night.
Good night, creepy blanket. It's not
I'll
gonna phase
cast-
me.
Does the
Okay.
pumpkin count as a creature or an object in this case? I'm wondering if mending works on it.
The pumpkin counts as multiple creatures.
Okay.
Every little bit that's a separate part is alive at this point.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the part that I lit on fire inside, I will cast a healing word on, which will
Okay.
heal it the full 3.
Okay.
But here's whatever bonus. 8. Be like, I'm sorry, this isn't your fault.
It's okay. We forgive you. They all kind of say in unison as you heal one of them, but they all thank you anyways.
Yep.
And then they go back to Jabberjaw, and Kalina disappears.
Yep.
So
Who
Princess,
is still in the room?
Princess, and Naya, and Colfax.
Wouldn't Princess disappear with midnight?
No.
Oh, Princess is still there. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's for your own good. Princess is gonna start attacking everyone.
Who's
Bef-
first?
Before
Naya.
I was gonna say before you do that.
Oh, what?
Naya is going to interpose her shield between you and your attack.
Oh.
That way you get everybody.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So collide with the shield, it goes off.
So do you want to use your reaction to activate the
Yes.
shield?
I will use my reaction
Okay.
to activate the shield.
The shield screeches out. We won't even worry about rolling damage. And that startles everybody, and everyone wakes up. Poor Naya is asleep on the floor. As you wake up, you actually feel somewhat rested, as if it didn't bother you quite as much as the previous time this happened. Everyone else awakens in the bed at the same time. Princess on top of the pumpkin awakens. Everyone wakes up.
That dream was rude.
Please take your long rest. And do you want to change your trance, Naya?
Nope, I'm still summer.
So you're changing to summer. Okay.
Yep.
Because this is you actually doing
Properly
it, and
waking up.
your trance was good.
So
You
nothing
fell
I did in
asleep.
the dream counts against me?
Correct.
As far as slots? Okay.
Yep. Everybody go ahead and take another long rest if you need to.
Excellent.
Okay.
Princess will fly in and be like, I hate dreams.
That was
Imagine how that
creepy.
feels.
My blanket had
Naya's-
mouths.
Naya's just gonna look at Princess and be like, same.
Midnight will feed her plant again since didn't actually do it the first time.
Naya,
Yep,
my
go ahead
blanket had a mouth. That was
Roll the
so
D3.
creepy. So creepy.
Naya will run a hand over your blanket and do a minor bit of mending.
That's good.
So it regrows both that it had lost. So everyone awakens. There is no exhaustion. Y'all look around kind of panicky, except for Phelan, who I'm sure is just kind of relaxing, watching everyone else panic. Nothing has an extra mouth. You can see the sun shining in through the window. The windows. So you awaken for the day.
Midnight
guess we do
is
food
going to
again.
leave the pumpkin right away.
Midnight's
Naya
going
is
to
gonna
what?
look
Grab
for
her
signs
ration.
of damage in the pumpkin.
There is no signs of any damage within the pumpkin.
Okay.
As soon as everyone leaves the pumpkin, Midnight is going to fire a barrage of
Eldritch blasts.
Eldritch blasts at it.
That poor pumpkin.
Midnight's slightly traumatized. Can you tell?
Naya will attempt to cut a portion
didn't
off
like that.
and roast it.
Okay, you can attempt to cut a portion off. If you would, please give me a survival check or a nature check, whichever is better for you.
18.
Okay, this pumpkin is a little bit more sinewy and barky than a normal pumpkin would. Again, it's made to be strong, but you do happen to find a nice little piece that you can cut just right, and it's pretty tender. And you roast it just fine, and you now have enough of a large piece of pumpkin to feed. Roll a d8 for me.
Okay. 4.
Okay, to feed 6 people.
Okay. I'm gonna intentionally put a serving in front of Princess and be like, eat your feelings.
Your feelings.
Never.
Your revenge. Have some tasty revenge.
So
Princess
everybody steps outside of the pumpkin eventually, and then Midnight lets forth a barrage of eldritch blasts at this pumpkin, which isn't a creature.
Yep. It's an object at this
It
point.
does have health though.
Yep, that it does. So you attack it, it's vulnerable to fire damage. Uh, After enough time, it finally crumples into a heap of, very
Burnt pumpkin.
ugly looking pumpkin.
Kindling.
Mm-hmm.
That poor pumpkin. What did it ever do to you?
Alright, I'm
It
gonna step
grew
away
a
for a minute. I'll
mouth.
be right back.
And the pumpkin hut is no more.
No, pumpkin!
I eat my rations.
You don't eat the pumpkin?
No,
I
not
think
this
I
time.
think Midnight's afraid of the pumpkin.
Not afraid, just disgusted at the moment. By a pumpkin
Traumatized
that's
by the pumpkin.
talking.
Yeah, my mom was having trouble with the
I'm
vehicle.
supposed to be the creepy one, not you.
So everything okay now, Banana?
Yeah,
For now?
there was something going on with the car that she couldn't figure out what was going on, and by the time I got out, she fixed it.
And Princess is vaguely aware that before Princess fell asleep, the lightning was still seen.
Okay. Are we heading towards the
Everybody does have
lightning or
that
what?
vague sense now that you've woken up fully of the time when you went to sleep and actually went to sleep. So you can remember everything that happened before you fell asleep just fine.
Around what time is it?
It is about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till a little bit later, like I still said.
Yep, it is
Because
morning time.
you did say in the pumpkin that it was after noon that we woke up, and that was really weird, so yes. So it's still early morning. I'm gonna wait a bit until I call Nana.
Okay. So y'all
I figure we
get
could probably
everything set up.
get out
Welcome back.
pretty quickly.
Say that again.
I figure we all probably set out pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Leaving a
Like,
big
I'm not
old
doing this again.
steaming pile of pumpkin. So
Is
you
there a
probably
command word to make the pumpkin disappear or something? Or do
Nope.
we just leave pumpkins in our wake?
We just leave pumpkins in our wake.
Well, that's
Yep.
why Naya was trying to find an alternative use for it, as well as just taking vengeance on the pumpkin.
We could just leave random pumpkin huts around.
Yeah, you can. You really
We could
can.
live in them.
They rot in a month.
Okay, and then we got stinky, rotting
They
pumpkins all
last
over.
longer than a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, those.
Weirdly.
Yeah,
It's almost like magic. So
almost.
y'all head out for the day.
Oh,
Yep.
I will give Naya the crown that I was making yesterday for
Okay.
the shield.
I will put it on the bat skull.
The bat skull now has a flower crown.
Mm-hmm.
It's made pretty.
Naya will
You-
also have tried to any parts of the pumpkin that look like they were salvageable to be roasted would have roasted them and then set them aside. And if people didn't eat them, would have left them there as kind of like a little offering
Okay.
and just moved on.
So there's some very badly roasted, a rather large, badly roasted pumpkin hut, and then this little like section set off to the side that's really nicely roasted pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So y'all start heading out. As you're getting further down the path and the trees are kind of starting to open up, you can see, the sun shining in the distance as if you can almost see the path of the trees opening up and, the forest finally opening up. And at your feet, you start to notice these little mouse-shapen fade flowers that you kind of recognize from before you entered the forest on the other end of it. They just suddenly appear along a very clear delineation of the ground.
Did you
Scoop 'em
say
up.
mouth-shaped faith?
Malformed, mal-shaped.
Malformed.
The hybrid.
I heard
flowers.
mouth, and I'm just like,
I
not
did
more
too, and
mouths, please.
I did too at first, but then I was like, no, that's not what we said.
Yeah, it's those misshapen flowers that you saw, before you got into the
It's the
woods
hybrid
proper
flowers.
before. Yeah. and they just kind of suddenly appear from this perfectly normal forest, and then suddenly there they are.
We found the borderline of where the actual Fey forest ended before we moved it. We found the other edge.
I'm
I
gonna
bet if we went in a
immediately.
circle all the way around, we'd find just a line of them.
I'm gonna stand beside one of the Fey flowers, the hybrids, and
Uh-huh.
look at it, take out my wand, and try to recreate it now that I'm here.
You get a perfectly pristine normal one.
Normal Fey flower.
Dang it.
Scoop up more of the hybrids for tea.
Yep. I need to put a charge on my staff. There, done. I'm gonna pick as many as I can in the vicinity.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Are we both harvesting?
Whoever's harvesting,
Because
go
I
ahead
was
and
going to
roll a
harvest
d20.
some too.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Total together, y'all find 22 good flares that, after like 10 minutes of looking around there.
Princess is keeping an eye out for that thunder.
And y'all can definitely hear it every now and then as you're getting closer. It is much more narrowed down now that the forest is opening up. There aren't as many trees for it to bounce off of, and it definitely seems like it's coming like from the southeasterly direction. And in the distance from where you are now, you can kind of see little bits of reflection of water as you all are kind of going up and over a hill here. So you're pretty sure you're about at the edge of the forest. And in the
I
distance
see
in the sky,
water.
you see kind of a swirl corner of a dark cloud occasionally.
Well, that's weird.
Way out in the distance.
Okay.
Way ahead of you, Nana. Way ahead of you.
So y'all finally emerge and crest over a hill as the tree line of the forest. And in front of you, you see a large sea. To the left, you see mountains. You are up slightly on a hill coming out of this forest. Immediately to the northeast, you see an extremely bright light as if the sun is shining right in your eyes when you look northward.
Hmm.
In front of you,
Ow.
over the inland sea, you see a large, black, dark thundercloud swirling.
Oh my.
In the
Ow.
far distance, a rather large mountain looms with some reddish, whitish, glowing white clouds.
Did our map just change?
Yes,
It did.
the storm clouds appeared over Inland Sea.
And looking over the mountains far to the south, you can see billowing
Are you sure
black
whirlpool
clouds
didn't
or
appear?
smoke.
Over Halo Lake. Yep,
And in the
and Storm
middle
Vale and Farmington. Yep.
And in the middle of the inland sea, below these swirling black clouds, you see a ginormous whirlpool.
Okay.
What the heck?
Well, what is happening?
Yeah, none of this is as you remember seeing on the maps and everything else there.
What is the bit to the north?
That's the bright light.
That's the bright light?
Yeah,
that
that's the bright
bright,
light.
yeah. Looking in that direction, every little bit you see there reflects in your eye as if it's a huge reflection of the sun shining right in your face.
Could that be why I can't get a hold of Nana if she's in Marsand?
Very
to-
I was
possible.
wondering.
And to the northeast, where used to be some swampland, you see much more swamp than land at this point.
And Oakville is surrounded by much more oak.
Yep, looking across, you actually see what used to be a forest, because it is, it is pretty clear from this hill that you can see these directions and everything. You see many chopped trees surrounding that forest, as if it's almost been clear cut here and there, which is not normal for those that may have known a little bit about that. Everybody knows that that was the main source of lumber for the island. They were a big trade port, and they were very meticulous in making sure that the forest was kept up proper. The elves were very meticulous about
Yeah,
that.
the druids live there.
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
This is
Very
freaky.
unsettling.
Very freaky.
Something is very wrong.
And
Is
across the
going
water from where you
on.
are, you see the towering uh, city of Novell. Can't really see people from where you are. It is surrounded by a rather large wall, but you can see the tops of, like the tallest tower there, which would be where the nobility would stay or something like that.
Okay.
I guess we keep going. Right?
We lost.
Yeah.
We don't have a
Maybe
choice.
maybe someone at Noville will know what's going on with that giant.
Yeah, so everything just seems all sorts of wrong at this point, and I couldn't make these clouds much more red than that, but there is like fiery red in those clouds there above Halo Lake,
Mhm.
as if billowing red and white. So traveling out, y'all have just a little bit of another. You see the lightning over the inland sea from those large storm clouds that are spinning over this whirlpool. It's obvious now that that's where the thunder is coming from ever so often. It definitely seems to be rather localized to that specific point.
Entirely within that kitchen.
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't get the kitchen part though.
Localized in this very room in
Yeah.
this very house in your kitchen. Yeah.
At this time of year, at this time of day,
Uh,
localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes.
In your
I see it.
fridge on the second shelf.
No.
Behind the milk.
So,
I love a good steam dam.
could everybody please give me a wisdom save, if you would?
Normal for me?
Yeah, no bonus this time.
Okay.
Alright.
21.
Alright.
Oh, nice rolls.
19.
17.
I
That's
don't
good.
need
Some
one
pretty
from
good rolls.
Princess.
No, from Princess. Okay.
Right. One,
Did
two.
was Meteor supposed to have advantage?
I always have advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was double checking.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
got some. He's got a special thing.
Okay.
Okay, y'all come out of here. It's rather startling seeing all these changes. Nobody is blinded, or things to really stare at the bright light coming from the northeast.
Really,
And it
considering
is
that's where
very.
Marsand is, you don't think I'd be trying to stare that way?
Well, what I was
You
going to
can
say
choose to
is,
fail your wisdom save if you want
you
to
can
stare into the
see.
sun.
You can see. I don't know if you've ever like seen a mirror flashed at you, but you can see just fine to the left of it and just fine to the right of it. But as soon as you look dead set onto it, it's bright. You just see the white light. So that's kind of what you see there to the left and right of that is, you see normal mountain, normal land, and then bright.
Hmm.
It is quite intense. So if you want to look at it, you can, but there is nothing to see there as far as you can tell. At
Please
least
do
from
not
here.
stare directly into the sun. Thank you very much.
Where?
Someone cast a darkness spell or something. Jeez.
Seeing
So
how
take
weird this is, I'm gonna take out my sending stone and try and contact Nana and be like, Nana, it's Kalina. Messages are coming out garbled. In one word, can you answer to me where you are?
Okay, please give me a Constitution save if you would.
Can I offer guidance for Kalina at all? I
You
don't think it's
can,
gonna
since
matter.
it's obvious at this point you know that she's about to use the stone. So if you
And
want to,
we
you
know
can.
that
I
that's
don't think
saving
it's gonna help.
I've done it. Well, yeah, it's a nat 1, but still, it's something. It's you roll a d4 to add to that.
You get a very short response. It is still rather garbled.
If you're not gonna roll it there, it's a 3.
I mean, she still might want to use it for the intelligence. So go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Hold on a
Okay.
sec.
Okay.
When determining your character's abilities, no, okay. I thought I seen something in here where I had the chance to increase my save once with an ability thing.
That would probably be a feature trait.
That's what I'm looking for. Oh, it's if I fail a dex saving throw. Never mind.
Yeah, it's only
My
one
lucky
trait.
footwork. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah, 3.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check with advantage.
There you go.
Nice.
Nat
Crit!
20.
Would you like to add your, or would you like to roll a d4 and add that to that?
Yeah.
Sure. So
Skill checks and ability checks are still skill checks and ability checks. So
+4. 24.
okay. So with that, you were able to determine that it definitely sounded like it was something said in reverse. It was garbled in a way, but
Knowing what we know now, you could almost say it was reflected.
Mhm. And you could kind of piece together even through the garbledness because you did ask for such a short response, and it came back so short. You pretty sure thinking about it in your head, you
Marsand.
picked up apt.
Apt?
Yeah, the part of the message you can understand if you reverse it in your head, it said apt.
Tapa?
There was more garbled before that, but you're not quite sure what. But the part that you could, knowing that it's reversed and thinking about it, it's apt.
Darn, it wasn't Denezram.
Yeah, I was expecting Disnezram.
The Nezram? What?
Marzen backwards is Denezram.
Oh. So it would be TPA?
Tapa?
Tapa,
If you want to write it down, it would be the way it says APPED.
Oh.
Depa?
That's incorrect.
Apt. So not apt, but apta.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the corrected version, taking into account that it was reversed. Is thinking about it yourself, you come up with whatever she said. It was garblegook apt. I'm Southern, so my D's come across as T's, and T's come across as D's.
Okay, can you respell that again?
APPED.
So Depa would be backwards.
Well, actually, a lot. If only speaking backwards was as easy as putting the letters backwards.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
I'm
phonetic
looking at all
backwards
the
is rough.
towns on this map and nothing
Tapa.
works with that.
Naya, would you maybe be able to try and ask if she can come to Novell?
I can try.
Naya, I'm gonna activate the
Activate the
night link.
mental link. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will
I'm gonna
emboldening
nod at you
bond.
so you know.
I will emboldening bond both of us and Princess. So the three of us.
3 minds are better than 1.
So we have the bonus D4 for one roll per turn. While it's up.
Make sure to remember to tell her that things are getting garbled.
I feel like that might have gone through based on you asked for a short response, and it sounded like you got one.
Yeah, but
I think we
The
might be okay there.
question is our message getting reversed to them as well?
That's an interesting question.
Naya is like I'm sitting here thinking, how do I want to pronounce this to say it backwards?
Aerilyn.
Because Naya is gonna try the same message, same short message twice, once forward and once backwards. She's gonna try.
Levon
Okay.
would be no veil.
Give me an intelligence check
Okay.
to reverse your message in your head.
14.
We'll say you can reverse your message in your head as far as you can tell just fine.
Okay.
So what is the message?
So the message is in no veil. Can you meet us?
Okay.
So very short, trying to make sure that she can reverse this, and it's easy, simple words
Okay.
that can be reversed.
Now I need you and just you to make a constitution save
Okay.
for me, please.
I'm gonna add my D4.
Okay.
Not great.
not
7.
great.
We keep failing these con saves.
It comes back slightly garbled, but it's a much shorter response, and you're pretty sure you catch an N at the end.
Just an N.
Yeah. It was like a very super short no.
Nah, deep.
So my guess is probably no.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so the n would definitely be at the start if you reverse it.
Okay. Probably no, can't leave.
And unless it's the same word and we're adding an N onto one of the sides. So nappin.
They're napped.
Deppin.
They're
Kid-
sleepy. They're napping.
Kidnapped.
Depends.
Yeah, this one was a super short response.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was depends. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I
Hey.
tried. That was all I got.
Maybe we'll get more answers in Novale.
Did I get anything?
No, it was so short, even an intelligence check, the N was easily deciphered. The rest of it was garblegook.
Okay.
Maybe
So the
we'll
three
get.
minds couldn't help much for that one. Everybody heard that no.
But we do have confirmation now that they can hear the response of the sending sent to mentally.
Backwards?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say you were sending it frontwards and backwards?
I sent it frontwards and backwards. I only got a very short response, which was a nah.
Yeah. Very short response, which was yeah. I
That's
mean,
what it was.
totally true.
I guess we ask around in Novale.
So traveling out of the forest there, dealing with this and the travel through the forest to get to where you were. It's about midday now, probably about 5 o'clock. So the sun is starting to go down. There's thunder. This time in the distance, you can see kind of dark clouds coming in from the east and thunder that's not coming from the inland sea.
Can
So you're
we?
pretty sure a storm is coming.
Are we where we are currently on the map?
Yes.
We can't
I
make
wanna
it to
try to-
Novale before nightfall, can
I'd
we?
love to try to push so that we are directly in line with the tip of the Mars and the light if we could, but it doesn't seem like we're moving that quick. We're moving pretty slow.
Well, it's
We're
a
on
day
foot.
flight per square.
Yeah.
I mean, if you push it, I'll give you like halfway there if you want to, but it'll definitely be getting, into the night by that point.
Because I'm wondering if it's like mirror refraction, and if we line up straight on, if we'll get a clearer signal rather than coming at it from a side. But yeah.
So y'all can easily lift up and push. If you want to, it'll definitely be pushing yourselves a little bit. So you'll definitely need to keep your rest if you don't want to be exhausted tomorrow. So do y'all want to hoof it? Do double speed?
Sure.
Double speed probably fine.
I mean, one of the pumpkin things was a vehicle, right?
Yeah, but it's not
Yes, but we don't have
self-propelled.
horses.
We need
Okay.
horses.
Yeah, we'd still need. That's right. It's the carriage without
It's a
the
carriage.
horses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um.
I say we probably settle down so we can forage for food before the storm runs in.
I
We can
guess.
try and double time it until nightfall.
Yeah, but then we might not
Yeah.
get food.
We can always Goodberry.
Yeah.
Don't you love it when you're the party cook?
Look, I gave you a break from Goodberry for 2 days. I attempted to.
I did it yesterday.
I attempted to give you a break.
Not that I mind, but
And did y'all notice Cashy back there?
Yeah,
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
All icy.
I noted that
Crispy,
probably wasn't going to be a new observation for us because we were physically there and we knew.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't phased by it.
Yeah.
It's up to you what you want to do.
I say we double time it till nightfall.
I'd like to get us at least a little closer. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, if everybody would please, because you're not really exerting yourselves too much, go ahead and give me a Constitution save with advantage. Everybody.
I crit.
I did terribly.
13, 21, 6.
What was that Constitution say?
Yep,
Yeah,
Constitution
with
save
advantage.
with
What
That's what I
advantage.
have the most bonus in, but you sure wouldn't think it.
What about Princess?
Princess could probably land on you unless you want Princess to really push it flying, since
Dirty
Princess is keeping
20.
up with you all. I think Princess can fly faster than y'all can walk, anyways.
Yeah.
Float.
If
So
Naya
it
starts
wouldn't really be
falling
pushing.
behind with her poor save, she would face step to cover the gap to keep up.
So Naya definitely starts to get a little winded. About 2/3 of the way through. If you want to push forward just a little bit more, Naya, you will be taking one level of exhaustion before nighttime. Or you can stop where Naya says, "Okay, I need to rest for a minute." So, do you want to try and push through?
Stop.
You're about there at the moment.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
stop when
stop.
I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Naya calls off and says, "I'm sorry, I can't keep up here."
Maybe we should make some tea.
Mm,
Well, that would have been good to do if we incurred the exhaustion, but
yeah.
since we're stopping ahead of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Um.
so night is definitely fallen. The moon is starting to rise. Everything looks a little bit more eerie at night. To the north, you can see lights reflecting here and there towards that blue area on the map. You can see the stars on the ground occasionally, but other times, occasionally, you see like a really magnified looking fire, and then it gets really, really tiny, as if it's just kind of shifting here and there of reflections and lenses here and there.
Midnight.
Stars on the ground is making me a little uncomfortable.
Midnight pumpkin, please.
I'm actually gonna pull out the tent this time.
Yeah, I'd rather do the tent.
Yeah. The tent this time. And Midnight will be outside the tent.
Oh,
Midnight
I
will
didn't
not
move
go
you
in.
for the starting bit. Sorry.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna Goodberry and pass out.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Not pass out as in like faint, like pass them out.
If anyone's going to pass out, it would be Naya. So you stop, you do avoid the exhaustion. Passes out. The tent, you throw it out, it sets itself up.
Mm-hmm. And I do not go in it.
Naya
You do
will
not
very
go in the
clear.
tent.
At no point will I go in the tent.
Naya will
Okay.
kind
What
of
if there's this storm?
lean near the opening of the
I
tent with
still will not.
Midnight. But Naya is also not inside.
To clarify why,
You don't
I
want to
have
take the bag in the tent?
He has the
exactly.
vessel.
I
He can.
have
He
a
can.
bag that
Yeah.
if he goes in the tent, we're going to the astral plane.
So how's that haversack going?
Well, that's why I'm also not in there. I specified also I'm not in the tent.
Yep.
Oh, that
So
does
y'all
make
set
sense.
up camp. Are you
The two
going
people
to?
with the bags aren't wanting to leave their bags outside.
Naya will set up the normal tent.
Yeah, there we go.
If somebody would please
We
give
can
me a
share that one.
survival check if you want to find a place that has good cover from the rain.
I will do that as well. So
I'm too busy with the tent.
20.
Yep.
Through a little searching here and there, Midnight points that way, and Aya shakes her head and says, "No, that won't work." Colfax says, "Well, what about here?" And points at a tree that looks like it's been hit by lightning 3 too many times. And Naya finally does happen to find a place where the trees along the road, again, this is kind of open plain. There are trees scattered here and there, but you do look like you find a place that might offer good shelter, and there's enough trees around that you think you're relatively safe from lightning, and so you can get a nice place of cover there.
And while Naya's
So
doing that, me and Colfax are over at this tree, like, yeah, I think would be a good spot.
Looking up at there's the branches are blackened. You're like, yeah, look at it's a little bit tough from the branches.
Yeah,
It's been
Naya's
hit and survived.
this many times.
It's survived.
Naya's
It's
doing
survived,
Naya's doing kind of a makeshift lean-to with the big quilted blanket that we had that got mended back finally.
the big blanket for cover. It actually
And
used to be
it's
used for cover again.
yeah, it's actually being used for cover. And it's gonna have that like almost overlapping a little bit of the magical tent, but so that Midnight and I can be under cover
Okay. So
and not in
y'all
the
set
tent.
up. Y'all set up for the night. I'm assuming you're keeping the normal watches normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rain comes in, pitter pattering as everybody is falling asleep and trances are going.
I'm sleeping with my blanket, if that wasn't obvious.
And Kalina is getting one of the best nights of rest she's ever had, which seems to happen quite often, weirdly enough. And we will go ahead and call it there.
Okay.
All right.
As
Okey-doke.
everybody is getting set up for bed and falling asleep.
No long
So
rest
no
yet?
pressing the long rest button yet. We will do it next time.
Yep, no pressing the long rest button yet.
Okay.
So thanks everybody for stopping by for this 20th session of In the Demon's Grasp. I hope the little revelation of the map was a little bit intriguing.
Holy shit, it's
and
our 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while, haven't we?
Yep.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
Off and on.
So
So it's
20
been
years
fun.
already.
Look, my character might not be the talky type, but I very much so am a blabbermouth. So as soon as I was like, oh, I can say words again.
Hey. So thanks everybody for stopping by. Hope to see some people next time we play, which is hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yep.
If all things work out.
Yep.
Yep.
So bye everybody. See everybody next time. Bye to everybody's chats.
Bye, everybody. Have a good time. Thanks for being
Bye.
here. Love y'all.
I
Appreciate y'all.
sacrifice you all.
No sacrificing!
I'll
Aw.
sacrifice you too.
I'll sacrifice you first.
What about a sacrifice?
A
A
snackerfice.
snackerfice?
Sacrifice.
Sounds
I
yummy.
love it. It's
My little
tasty.
raccoon hands do enjoy a snacker